Hi everyone, my name is Melcha and today I'm very excited to bring you guys a brand new tutorial for Mario Kart World. It's called DK Pass Tree Cut, or at least that's what I call it. This is a trick that was literally discovered yesterday, but it's super duper cool, pretty consistent all things considered, and I'm really excited to share it with you. But first let's see what we're going to be learning today. This trick itself is not the tree cut, it's called pole jump, but we'll be learning it first just to get our bearings. This next trick is the tree cut proper. Super flashy, super cool. Let's break this down step by step. The main mechanic that we're going to be using during both tricks is going to be tricking off of a pole. A pole being some sort of object that is vertical, like a tree. That is what we're cutting, or clipping off of really. For example, in this trick here, it's as easy as pie. You drive off of this clip, you do not jump off, you just drive off, down track, into the pole. The way the mechanic works, you get a bunch of height, go onto here, and then save a good amount of time. This can be implemented, both tricks can be pretty much implemented in worldwides as well as time trials. And this is the easiest one so far that I recommend everyone learn just to make sure you understand how tree clips work. Next, let's go into the tree clip proper. The pole jump itself shouldn't take you too long, maybe a couple attempts, you should be able to get it in no time. Once you're comfortable with that trick, now let's move on to the tree cut. The first thing that we're going to boost onto this rail. We're going to release our mini turbo really. Go through this trick step by step and just see what's going on. First we jump off this rail and we do a left trick. Get onto this wall. Funny, we can actually see a little bit of the out of bounds there. Then we jump onto this tree, then onto this tree. Sometimes we jump onto this tree to the left, but not in this attempt. You cut this off-road, which is great, or are sort of into it. And then you, with or without a shroom, go through this portion and then end up at the end of the level. Okay, so whether or not you mushroom into this pole, which isn't a great idea, but I say pole, but the rail, or release your mini turbo, which is preferred, that's what you want to do. The overall theme of this particular trick is you don't want that much height. In fact, you want to make sure you have as little height as possible for this trick, because if you have too much height, you end up slamming into a wall at the very end, which is not what we want. Case in point, when you're tricking off of this rail, you want to use these black and beige markings as a marker of when you want to jump off. In this particular case, you want to jump off around maybe when you meet this black, like as soon as you I like to trick right here in the middle of this trick ramp before you get into the definitely before you reach this black portion of the rail. Cool. So once you do that, there's going to be a lot of neutral sticking here. Neutral sticking, by which I mean you're hugging this wall, but you're not actually holding a direction, you're just hugging it. Of course, holding down the R button so you stick to this wall. This is part of the way that you get as little height as possible. So again, you're sticking off to this wall, and even as you're tricking off of this ramp to the left, you want to hold left, but also just when you get to this wall, sort of neutral stack. Once you're down a good portion, again, trick to the right just a little bit, like flick the control stick to the left. But also what you want to do is neutral stick as you're going into this tree. If you're holding a direction while you're trying to trick into this tree, ergo pole, it doesn't work out too well. But great, you're here and you're in a pretty good spot. Here's where the neutral sticking pretty much stops, because at this point you want to hold sharp to the left in order to clear the off-road and also get a hold of this tree here, the next tree coming up. So you're tricking, you're holding left, adjusting if you need to, still holding left as you're tricking off of the next tree. Sometimes if you get really good execution, you get to trick off of this tree to the left, but you can get away without it. Now, you're doing great so far. You're tricking, right? And you're still holding left, because if you do not hold left, what ends up happening is you bonk into this wall. It's hard to sort of see in this playthrough here, but you sort of bonk into the wall if you don't hold left sharp enough, right? But great, let's say you make it out. The bad part about this trick, sometimes you can get a really clean exit if you sort of finagle this a little bit, and you don't really touch much off-road, if at all. But at least in the time trial world record, what they do is they pit this off-road, it's fine. You still have your boost, you have a boost going into the actual road here. It's very awkward to actually get back onto the track at this point because you're boosting straight ahead. So all you want to do, even though it is technically not as fast, even if you don't have a mushroom, if you have mushroom, great. If you have a gold mushroom, great, use it here. But just simply drift through this off-road and mini turbo out of it. And that pretty much covers this trick. Again, I'm sort of improvising the actual explanation here. I'm sure I may have do a remake of this tutorial depending, but I think I got all the important parts out there because I really want you guys to understand this trick and hopefully be able to implement it into your races soon. Anyways, let me know what you think about this trick in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.